Hi everybody, it's Danny here from Handmade Papercraft. I have already posted this video including the card process, so now I am going to do a colouring only video. So I have slowed this one down, so bear with me, this video does go for about 10 minutes. I will have all of the Copic markers listed over on my blog, so if you want a full list of all of the colours that I've used, you can do that there. I only had this sped up to about 2 times the speed. It might be a little bit faster depending on how long this goes for. I may go back and have to edit again. So at the moment we're looking at about 10 minutes worth of video. So I'm mixing up some YG markers and some G markers. I found this really nice blend that I absolutely love, and it was perfect dragon colors, so that's what we got. I did have to take off the other end of my G marker here just so that it could equalize out. For some reason it's very gluggy, this marker, and it wants to keep leaking. It doesn't matter how much I use it, it just never seems to be happy. So it hasn't been overfilled, it just doesn't want to stay in the marker apparently. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm working my way through. When I'm colouring, I usually do lay down the lightest marker first, and then I go back and go from darkest to lightest, blending all of that out. The reason why is if I add a little bit of extra saturation, it does make the markers a little bit easier to blend, but you need to make sure that you're not oversaturating as well. So it's a bit of you know, evening it out and just watching what you're doing basically. So we're just going through and blending all that marker out now into the lightest area. And yeah, I really love the way that this card turned out. I will have some videos showing some more dust and pike images, but I think this is my favorite one so far. I'm super happy with the way that it turned out, so really cute. And what other colors do you want to bring in? I'm going to be using some YR markers, some of my E markers, and of course you need some blacks in there, so I'm going to be using my T markers and also my C markers. So blending a few different things together to put all of this image as gorgeous as it can be. And I'm trying to remember to turn my lids over and not just hold them in my hand. I did have a sticker on my desk. I think it's still here, but it's just not in the same place where I need it to be anymore because I'm zooming in a little bit closer on my images now. So I need to put another one on my desk, I think. So I'm giving him some yellow areas as well. So I'm blending in some of the orangey type yellows and some of the yellows. So that just gives it a little bit of shadow, gives it a little bit of detail. I will go in later and add some white gel pen in. You guys know that I love to add that to finalize an image. It just finishes it off and gives it that little complete look. So now we're going in and adding some ease into his brown shirt, because he needs to have a brown yucky shirt and a brown yucky pants. So he looks like he's been out on the boat on the sand and looks like a pirate basically. So just being really careful to blend all of that out without oversaturating. And now we're going to go in and colour his pants up. As I said, I will have a full list of those markers over on my blog, so please go and check that out there. I will have links to the image and the Whimsy stamp shop below this video and the description box. And if you don't want to be watching this as slow as this one is, you can click over to the card process video, and that will have the colouring and all sped up for you, as well as the card process, putting that together for you. I had a good day about 2 weeks ago where I just sat and I made about 10 cards. A week or two before that, I just sat and just coloured images for hours, and sometimes that's what I can do. I can just sit there for hours and just colour many images up. Other days I can sit here and just do cards. I'm not usually one of those people that can colour and put a card together on the same day. Sometimes it happens and I surprise myself, but most of the time it doesn't happen that way. It is garbage collection time, so I do apologise if you can hear all the trucks out the front. That is the garbos emptying all of the bins. Alright, so adding some details into this treasure chest, because obviously I didn't want to lose any of that wooden look. So I did go in with my darkest marker first because I know that the area was only small and I didn't want to lose that detail. So I'm doing the opposite of what I said. I'm going darkest to lightest. And then finally just blending all of that out. Did I mention how much I love this image? It is just the cutest thing ever. And I am the biggest Dustin Pike fan. I just love them. I could just colour these little dragons all day long. Alright, we're going in with some gold accents. So gold on the edges, gold on the little lock, and gold on his little fake arm and hand there. And just making sure that I give it a nice blend out. And I'm using some of the same brown markers that I used earlier just for the cork of that little bottle. And we will go in and add some toxic liquid in shortly. There we go, going in with some purples to do that. And then finally adding in some bubbles just using my zero color blender. Tidying up what I was doing so I can move on to the next step. So we're going in now with our C markers. I knew this was a very small area, so I'm only going to use 2 markers, and then we'll blend that out and go in with some white gel pen later anyway. And now we're moving on to his hat. Can't be a pirate without a black hat. Getting a nice blend on that, and then starting to pull the colour into the centre, because obviously that will be the lightest of the area. And then going back in and just adding some dark area in. Alright, so that is my C markers done. We're going to give him some black boots, so we're going to go in with our T markers. Oh, sorry. It's almost lunchtime and I'm already yawning. It's not a good start. It's going to be a late night for us. We're off to the hospital tonight to visit my husband's grandfather. He's not well at the moment. So we're going off to the hospital. Alright, so that is his little boots done. I'm going to go in with some white gel pen later on, so I'll just leave them as they are, and we're going to go back and start colouring in his little headscarf that he's got underneath. And I thought while I had the red markers out, I'm going to go in and give the bird some red as well. And again, because it's such small areas, I'm adding in the darkest colour first, and then I'm going to go back and do my lights. And then in with the lightest of, I'm going to go in with some YR, just so that I can still give him a little bit of orange as well, and give those nice tones. Finally, some yellow for his little beak. And I gave him some little yellow feet as well. Here I am just going in and adding some details using my zero color blender. Alright, finally we need to ground the little image, so I'm going in with one of my W markers and then pulling that color out. Finally adding some Wink of Stella to the bottle and some white gel pen. Finishing the little bird off. Super cute. Adding some colour to the boots and his hat. And we are just about done, I think. So I'm going to show you a few of the photos of him all coloured up. Here is all the Copic markers that I ended up using. And I thank you all for watching. Again, if you want to watch the card process video, I do have that video on here as well. So I'll see you all soon. Bye.